It's my life.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mondays with Murray. Today's video is going to be how to pack for your dog when going on vacation. Before getting into this video, there's one thing you guys should know about me. I am an overpacker. So I figured to make this video go by a little bit smoother, I would categorize it into essentials and non-essentials. Okay, to get started with, we're gonna do essentials. The first thing is dog shampoo. This is very important to bring when packing. Just in case your dog gets dirty, you always have this on hand to clean your pet. The second thing is a dog multi-cleaner or a urine destroyer. This is always great to have on hand in case your dog makes any accidents, and if your dog makes a mess with something, you can use this rather than using like a Clorox spray or a Lysol spray. The third thing, this is more of a reminder, but pills and meds. Murray's been using these hip and joint supplements, so I had to bring them, so don't forget to bring any pills or meds or any other ointments you guys could bring for your dog just in case they get hurt or whatever it may be. It's always good to have stuff like this on hand. Next up is Murray's shock collar. I'm not doing this to hurt Murray. I like to call it a noise maker just because all I get it to is make a little beep noise, so whatever Murray sees, whether it's a human, a dog, a bird, a squirrel, whatever it is, he knows he needs to sit back and be good and listen so he doesn't go after it. This is just for Murray's safety and mine, just so I have control over him even when he's oblivious to his surroundings. Next we have brushes and combs. This is a great thing to keep on hand whenever going on vacation so you can keep your dog on their daily routine. If you do this, or if their dog gets something in their coat, you can easily get them out with your brush or comb and know you have that on hand. Now we have the most important thing, which is food. This is always great to have on hand because your dog needs it. This homemade dog recipe is last week's video. The link will be in the description, so go check it out. Always be sure to have your dog food, and also be sure to bring at least another day's worth more, just so your dog is never hungry and always has enough. Next up is leashes. One of my favorite leashes is this retractable leash. I'll have a link in the description for this one, but just a leash is always good to have on hand so you can hook your dog to it and they can roam and be free, and you still have somewhat of control over them. Like I said, I love retractable leashes, but you do what's best for you. Next up, we have harnesses. This is always great to have for your dog, so if your dog were to go after anything, you can always pull them back without having to worry about choking them out with their collar. I love this harness. I got mine from Shein. I'll have a link in the description for this one. Now we're getting into our non-essential category. For starters, we have freshening spray. Honestly, I don't know why I use this or bring it, but it just gives me that peace of mind. So if Murray ever were to get dirty and I don't want to have to go through the trouble of bathing him, I can easily just spray it on him and he has that fresh smell. Next up, we have bones. Honestly, like I said, I don't know why I brought these because I never ended up using them or giving one to Murray, but these are good to have for your dog. So if you are gone for a long period of time and your dog can't be outside, these are great to give them to keep them stimulated, their mind stimulated, and them not getting bored. Murray saw me with the bag of bones and had to come over and get right in the way. I ended up having to tell him no and pulling him away from my video area. Next is one of my biggest problems, Murray's attire. Everywhere I go, I always have to bring him about 15 bandanas, and ultimately he never ends up wearing any of them. Actually, I have something new. I brought him a sweater because we were going to the mountains. Why, I do not know. Murray ended up giving up. He was tired of this. Last are Murray's toys. I had to bring Murray's toys because he would be so unhappy without them. Depending on who you're asking, these probably could be in the essentials, but for me, they are non-essential. Sadly, Murray had to leave his donkey behind, but these are great to use for stimulation if you want to play fetch with your dog and keep them from getting bored like the bones. And then I just put everything in a bag and packed it up. For starters, I put Murray's food in the bag, then I set his bones and I put them in the bag as well. Then I took the cleaner and his pills, put them in the bag, as well as the shampoos and freshening spray. Took his sweater, also put that in the bag. And then I took his bandanas, shoved those in a corner. I took all of his brushes and put those in the bag, and then I also took all of his toys. I managed to squeeze them in there somehow, I don't know. And then I struggled zipping this bag up, but at the end, they all managed to fit. I had to do some rearranging with some things, but I got them all to fit in the bag, and the bag ended up zipping, thank the Lord. Probably wondering where Murray's leash, harness, and shock collar went. They go in a bag that's brought with me so I can have them on hand. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like for all things dog.